All right. Hello, hello. So if you are here early, then you get to be part of my sound check. All right, so I do have somebody who is helping me out with the sound. So, Michelle, my dear, can you please let me know how the music sounds in comparison to my voice? I want to make sure that that sounds good. Hi, Sharon, welcome. Very quiet. Perfect. Okay, so we can turn that up. That's good. I like a good loud tune that we can enjoy. Okay, so we'll see if that volume is better. So if you are, okay, a little less loud, Michelle says. There we go, we'll try that. So if you are hanging out and waiting for the practice to start, beautiful. Thank you for being here. I'm really looking forward to this. You still have about 7-ish minutes until the practice actually starts. And if you are watching the recording, you can skip ahead. Skip ahead to the 10-minute mark, and the practice will start at that time. Okay, so Michelle, I have turned the music down. So if you can let me know if that sounds better. Okay, perfect. So I've gotten the all good, that the sound is good. Thank you. So if you are sitting in the wings, waiting for the practice to start, I'd love for you to let me know where you're joining from. And while we're waiting for people to arrive again, in about 5 minutes, the practice will start. Make sure that, oh, from Nelson, amazing. Welcome. Welcome, Sharon. I used to live out in Alberta, in Canmore area. So in terms of what you might want to have nearby with you for the practice today, not too much. If you are planning on journaling at the end of for the last ending portion of the ritual, A journal and a pen might be really helpful. And you don't even really need a yoga mat. So I've put a blanket down on the ground, and we'll just need one block. So if you have a block, make sure that you've got that. So hello, welcome if you're joining. I'm just going to kind of like keep repeating myself until the practice starts. So if you're joining, I'd love to hear where you're joining us from. The practice will start in about 3 minutes. Jingling in the background is Nala. Nala is joining us today. She might hang out with us on camera. We'll see. More people joining. Amazing. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. If you're joining us, who are you and where are you joining us from? Come on, Nala. If you don't want to be here, that's okay. Come on, sweetheart. Hi, my mom's here. Hi, Mom. So I do have somebody in the wings that is helping me with the tech part of today's practice. But if at any point you're like, can't hear you, whatever, let me know. I am watching. I'm watching the chat. So we're going to start in about 2 minutes. So if you're just arriving, welcome. This is very exciting. I'm a lot less nervous than I thought I was going to be, because I'm mostly just really excited about sharing this practice with you. So welcome. We'll get started very soon. So make sure you've got all your cozy props, but just like cozy vibes with you. I've got some chamomile tea. I'm wearing my like onesie outfit. So make sure that you've got everything that you need to make sure that the practice feels really good, feels really supportive. Journal and pen might be helpful. Oh my goodness, Bill, amazing. Just harvested potatoes and you're outside. Oh, in Ottawa, it's been very rainy. So I don't know if it's the same where you are, but it'd be so nice if you can see a little bit of the moon this evening. How special and magical that would be. Okay. So it's 7 on the dot at my time. So we'll get started. So welcome, welcome. My name is Carolynne. If it's your first time practicing with me, amazing. How fun that you're practicing this first ever live practice that we've got going on I'm sorry, Linda. Hi, Linda. So welcome. My name is Carolynne. If it's your first time practicing with me, amazing. I'm really grateful to have you here, and how fun that you've chosen the live practice as the first one to practice. If you've been with me for a while, so lovely to have you here. We only have about 30 minutes. Well, I mean, we might go a little bit over, but I'm hoping to honor the time that we have here. So we only have about 30 minutes. The only thing that I really want to say is you are incredibly welcome here. So I am here as your guide, and everything that I offer is a suggestion or an invitation. Nothing that I say is mandatory. So if at any point you're moving through something that just doesn't feel right, don't do it. If you're moving through something, you're like, oh, I feel like it would really benefit from adding this, then please honor that. At the end of the day, this is your practice. And I'm just sharing kind of a container that works really well for me and for the other students that have practiced in this format. So the Lunar Series is where we explore this format. But yeah, again, at the end of the day, this is your practice. So in terms of the format we'll be following about 10 minutes of yin yoga, 10 minutes-ish, it's one posture, 10 minutes-ish of meditation, and then 10 minutes-ish of journaling. So make sure you have your journal and pen with you so that we can explore the prompts for this self-care reset. How exciting, the day before fall. So there really isn't like one specific posture that would be like the perfect one to do at this point. So this is just a posture that I know is really supportive for a lot of people. And we'll start in a supported bridge. That's where we're going to start for today's practice. So if you are new to supported bridge, it's a really simple one. The only prop that you're going to want to have is a block. So I'll ask that you grab hold of, I have mine here already, a block or a bolster. And you'll lay onto your back. So come onto your mat, onto your blanket, whatever you've got set up. And you have that block in hand coming onto your back. And you can just take a moment. I always kind of take a moment once I come down onto the floor to kind of wiggle and shift in my hips so that I can check in and notice how my low back is feeling. And then pressing into the soles of the feet, you'll lift the hips up and you'll slide your prop to come underneath of your hips. So you can use 2 blocks side by side. You can use a bolster. You can use a rolled up blanket or a cushion. So again, we're starting in supported bridge. If you're just arriving, welcome. Hello, hello. Take your time. There's no rush. Welcome to the self-care reset. Once you've settled into your posture, once you get there eventually, really let yourself take the first few moments of time in the posture to shift and adjust, making sure that it feels really supportive. I'm going to come out of the posture just so that I can continue to support you here. But you'll stay in this posture for about 5 minutes. Beautiful. So you've settled into your posture. You've come into this in this shape that's really and incredibly supported, right? You've got that prop beneath your hips, but you also have the rest of the floor that is supporting your body. So allow this pocket of time here at the beginning of your ritual, the beginning of your practice, to be this time where you really let yourself lean into the support. Our bodies hold a lot, right? They navigate a lot. There's a lot of bracing and holding that happens over the course of the day. And when we move into this practice where we're focusing on really tuning into, well, what is it that I need in regards to my self-care? The first kind of way that we move through is through the body. Instead of approaching this with a logical, kind of mind-focused approach, this is an intuitive approach. So you find yourself here, supported on the floor, and you let yourself feel the support. Allow your eyes to close, your face to soften, the whole face, including like the eyes, the eyeballs, the eyebrows, the cheeks, the jaw, the tongue. Let the entire back plane of your body soften to the support. This is your time. Nobody else's. So you begin to offer yourself the gift of your presence, of your awareness. As your awareness begins to open up, right, it begins to shift from that external focus of what was happening in the day, what do I have to do, what is expected of me, and instead of how am I? You let yourself get curious. Your awareness begins to travel throughout the vastness of your internal landscape. What do you notice here? Your breath, steady and rhythmic, moving in and out. Your belly expanding and releasing. Your low back softening. There's a wisdom held in your body. A unique language that is all your own. But it does require this practice of slowing down and tuning in to be understood. Let's enjoy the last few moments of this posture by moving through 3 deep breaths together. There are 16 participants here. We are doing this together, so let's breathe together. As you inhale, feel the front line of your body rise and take up space. As you exhale, you settle into the softness that is you. 2 more breaths. Inhale, welcoming you in. Exhale, letting go of the day. One last one like that. Inhale, please. Maybe the exhale comes at the mouth like a sigh. Beautiful. Once you've completed that last exhale, allow your movements to be as soft and gentle as the energy that's begun to permeate your space. So you allow the soles of the feet to connect to the floor if they had adjusted or moved in any way. You press into the soles of the feet to lift your hips up away from the prop beneath your body. Move that prop out of the way. And gently place your body back down onto the floor. Once you feel your body settle into the floor, what is calling your name here to release as well as receive that posture? Right? You've begun to connect into your body here. So what does your body need here? Maybe you just want to be still for a few breaths. Or maybe you want to move. One is not better than the other. If you're looking to move, the movement might look like just a soft swaying from right to left with the legs. It might look like an extension in the body, right? Extending legs long, arms up overhead. Or maybe you want to come into a ball, the knees come in towards the chest, rocking from side to side. We are going to begin to transition from the body portion of the practice into the mind, so the meditation. So there is no one right way to position your body for your meditation practice. You can absolutely stay on your back if that is what is comfortable for you. If you are staying on your back, heck, make it even cozier and maybe cover your body with a blanket or place a pillow beneath your knees or your head. If you'd like to sit up, the way that I like to typically transition from back into seated is to roll onto the right or the left side, press myself up, and then gently wiggle into my posture that I will be finding upright for meditation. Might be seated cross-legged. It might be a hero's pose where you come onto your knees. Use some sort of support underneath of your body if you are coming into a seated posture. I'll give you another moment or two here before I continue. And then you arrive. As you settle into the posture that you are hoping to stay in for your meditation practice, you do any final and last adjustments so that then your body feels comfortable to then be able to remain still. This practice is not going to be very long, maybe about 6 or 7 minutes. But if at any point you begin to feel uncomfortable, by all means, you can shift and adjust. The practice of meditation is often referred to as the practice of clearing your mind. That's not entirely the whole truth. I find that the way that I approach my meditation practice is, how can I just remain as lovingly present with the experience that it's found within my mind, my body, my emotions, without passing judgment, without going down the rabbit hole of what does this mean? What do we need to do about this? It's just going to happen. And I can just witness it. So as you find yourself here in your meditation practice, your hands are settled where they want to settle. Your face is soft. And you start with your breath. If it would help, you can place one hand on your belly, or one hand on your heart, or one on each. And let yourself get lost within the rhythm of your inhales and exhales. Watch where your breath goes as you breathe in. Notice what softening and releasing happens as you breathe out. And you continue with that rhythm that is all your own. Breathing in, breathing out. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to change, nothing to fix, nothing to judge. Allow this to be your space where you are really and truly invited to simply be. You are here, lovingly aware, and deeply present. Your breath continues to move, welcoming you in deeper. There's a whole world inside of you. Let yourself explore. If you find your mind beginning to wander in a direction that doesn't feel supportive, that's okay. Doesn't mean you're bad at this. That is where the practice truly lies. Bring yourself back with kindness and compassion. Reminding yourself of this time that you carved out for yourself, for your self-care. This time matters. So before we transition from the meditation to the journaling, keep your eyes closed here and allow yourself to feel the answer to this question. Instead of thinking your way through, notice what sensations, what do you feel when I ask you this question? What support do you desire from your self-care journey this coming season? What support do you desire from your self-care journey this coming season? There's no right or wrong. So you'll stay with whatever you're noticing. And let's begin to shift really slowly here. So if your eyes are closed, keep them closed for just one more moment as you begin to deepen your breath. Begin to invite some movement into your body. If you're on your back or if you're seated, doesn't really matter what the movement looks like. Just let yourself move in a way that feels good. Your spine, your head, your hands, your toes. So if you're on your back and you're hoping to join in the journaling portion, then I'll ask that you gently press yourself up. And if you're seated, you can softly open up into your eyes. So we'll try and kind of stay within that energy that you've cultivated to transition from the meditation to the journaling. I'm going to come a little bit closer so that I can read the prompts for you. So you can grab your notebook and your pen. If you're not journaling with us, you can also just close your eyes and just kind of notice what comes up. I will put the prompts in the chat. I was told by my wife I can pin them, but I don't know how to do that. But hopefully this will work. But I will also read them out loud. And they're in the description box below. Oh, that's too many prompts. Okay. There you go. I can do one at a time. Look at that. Okay. So I'm going to go through the journal prompts first. I usually like to do it kind of like, when you're in school and there was a test and the teacher would say, read through the test first before you answer the questions, and then I'm going to give you time to answer. Kind of the same approach. So before we dive in, I do want to mention and be very clear that this space in this community, in this space, self-care encompasses a lot. So when I say self-care, I am referring to a wide range of resources that could include boundaries, external resources, people, activities, creative practices, your internal dialogue, on the go, in the moment practices and exercises, anything surrounding a routine or ritual or your spiritual practices. So I'd really invite you to kind of like broaden what you may have been told what self-care is, and let it be like, oh, just the things that make you feel connected and aligned and supported and good. Okay, so the first prompt is the same prompt that I invited to you during the meditation. So I'd love for you to get clear on what you need and want from your self-care practices. So what support do you desire from your self-care journey this coming season? And then the next prompt, so you can write them down as I go, but again, they're in the chat there. And then the next question, you'll have the opportunity to kind of to first see what's working, right? And really celebrate the self-care that you have been offering yourself up until now. So the second prompt is, what in your self-care journey is still really giving you that support? What's still working? Let's recognize that and celebrate how you have been supporting yourself. And then the next prompt, I know for myself, when I've convinced myself that I should be doing something in my self-care, it never really sticks. And then I feel really shame-filled that I haven't stuck to it, even though it wasn't even something I wanted to do in the first place. So prompt number 3 is, what in your self-care journey is just not cutting it anymore? It's just not working. It doesn't need to be there anymore. And this might be a really nice opportunity for you to let go of those things, or maybe make some adjustments in your approach. So 2 more prompts and then I'll stay quiet. So prompt number 4, sometimes life gets in the way, right? We get busy. It was the summer here in the northern hemisphere, or maybe it was the winter for you if you're joining from Australia, and life just gets in the way. So this is your opportunity. What in your self-care journey would you like to reintroduce? What are practices that you used to really love and you just haven't been doing in a while, and that you'd like to reintroduce? And the last prompt is really your invitation to bring in some new. So what in your self-care journey would you like to explore more of or learn more about? What are you curious about? Maybe you want to learn more about crystals or the moons or tarot cards or whatever, herbal remedies. Yeah. So those 5 prompts again are in the chat. They're in the description box below. If you have any questions, I'm keeping my eye on the chat, but I'm going to stay quiet. I'm going to give you, we're going to go over a little bit. I'm going to give you about 5 or 6 minutes here. I'm going to put the music up, and I hope that this practice really gives you an opportunity to dive in. You have about 2 more minutes to explore these prompts. Thanks for joining us, Linda. Have a good evening. Okay. So, of course, I'm not the boss. You are. So, um, I definitely want to honor the time that you've set aside to be here. So if you feel like you need to go, then please do. But after this session ends, you can also just pick back up and continue journaling if there's some stuff that's really coming up that's feeling good. But for now, so that we can end this practice together, you can set your journal aside, your pen down for a moment, and just let yourself settle for a moment with the eyes closed and bring one hand on your heart. Taking this last moment of the practice to really call in a sense of gratitude for the time that you set aside to be here, to honor yourself, to listen to yourself, and to rededicate yourself to your self-care practices. This time matters and is important, and so it's definitely something to be celebrated. And let's take one last breath together as a group. Inhale. Out the mouth, let it go. And softly opening up into your eyes. Thank you, lovelies. Thank you for being here. So before you leave, I just wanted to kind of wrap up a little bit in terms of those journal prompts, the way that I kind of approach them. And it ended for me when I went through these prompts was I looked at it and I thought, oh, I've got a pretty good list here, a pretty good jumping off point that I can refer to at any time during the season. Maybe there's some things you want to pick and you want to sprinkle into your next week or so. I would really welcome you to really dive in and explore what came up. But the nice thing is that it's written, right? It's done, it's in your notebook, and you can refer back to it anytime. If you enjoyed today's practice, this format that we followed is the exact format that we follow in this community in the Lunar Series. Classes start next week. I've got many live stream classes that you can choose from, and it'd be really lovely to have you join if you're not registered already. The Lunar Series is a really special practice, and there's also many other practices you can enjoy. And if in your list of things that you want to implement into your upcoming season was yoga, and you just want to do a little bit, I do have the Autumn Equinox Gathering that's happening tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. But again, thank you so much for being here. This was a really fun new experience for me and for this community, and I hope that it served you well. Liking and commenting on the video always helps to support the channel, so if you can, that would be great. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye, lovelies.